Princess Anne has seen it all. Decades of royal challenges, public scandals, and shifting societal expectations. Through it all, she remained steadfast, the embodiment of tradition and quiet service. But Meghan Markle was a different story. Once an actress, Meghan's journey into the royal fold had been anything but typical. Her rise as a modern, outspoken advocate for global issues was a far cry from the reserved approach the monarchy had upheld for generations. What exactly caused the rift between the princess and Meghan? Join us as we explore exactly why Princess Anne has gone nuts over Meghan Markle's transformation. From Hollywood to royalty. Meghan Markle's journey from Hollywood actress to Duchess of Sussex is nothing short of extraordinary. It's a transformation that captured global attention, but behind the glamour and applause lies a story of tension within the royal family. For Princess Anne, a figure of tradition and quiet service, Meghan's rapid rise and unconventional approach seemed to unsettle everything the monarchy stood for. To Anne, it wasn't just change, it felt like chaos. Anne, the daughter of Queen Elizabeth II, is the epitome of royal duty. Her life has revolved around upholding the values of the monarchy, rooted in service and tradition. Known for her no-nonsense attitude, Anne thrives on hard work, attending hundreds of royal engagements annually without seeking the spotlight. She believes the royal family should stand above trends, remaining a symbol of continuity in an ever-changing world. Little did she know what was coming and the test that her handwork would face. Meghan Markle lived a life many admired long before she met Prince Harry. As an actress, she gained fame playing Rachel Zane in the hit TV show Suits. But her ambitions extended beyond the screen. She was a passionate advocate for women's rights and a humanitarian. Meghan seemed to have it all: a thriving career, a voice in global issues, and a strong identity as an independent woman. Then came the moment that would change everything. In 2016, a mutual friend introduced her to Prince Harry. Their connection was instant. Harry, drawn to Meghan's compassion and confidence, quickly realized she was unlike anyone he'd ever met. Meghan, equally charmed by Harry's sincerity, found herself intrigued by the life he represented. A private trip to Botswana early in their relationship solidified their bond. In the quiet of the African wilderness, far from the media's gaze, they realized they shared a common purpose, a desire to make the world a better place. When news of their romance broke, Meghan's life turned upside down. The spotlight intensified, and with it came the pressures of royal expectations. Marrying Harry in 2018 brought her into a world steeped in centuries of tradition. She became the Duchess of Sussex, and the media declared her transition from Hollywood star to royal duchess as a modern fairy tale. However, not everyone in the royal family saw it that way. Princess Anne, known for her no-nonsense attitude and unwavering dedication to royal duty, viewed Meghan's sudden rise with unease. Anne had spent decades quietly serving the crown, attending hundreds of engagements each year without fanfare. For her, the monarchy was about service, not stardom. Meghan's Hollywood-style advocacy seemed to blur that line, raising questions about whether she was serving the crown or her personal brand. It wasn't just Meghan's work that irked Anne, it was the way she did it. Anne valued discretion, believing that actions spoke louder than words. Meghan, on the other hand, embraced the power of storytelling, often sharing personal anecdotes to connect with audiences. This approach resonated with younger generations, but clashed with Anne's belief in the monarchy's apolitical, understated ethos. The tension between the two became a subject of public fascination. While Anne never openly criticized Meghan, her formal demeanor during joint appearances spoke volumes. Royal insiders whispered about Anne's frustration, describing her as exasperated by Meghan's tendency to overshadow the family's collective efforts. As Meghan's popularity soared, so did the scrutiny. Her every move was dissected by the media, fueling rumors of discord within the royal family. Reports of strained relationships, particularly between Meghan and other senior royals, dominated headlines. For Anne, this internal drama was more than a distraction. It was a threat to the monarchy's stability. Meghan's rise also posed a bigger challenge to the royal family's relevance. In an era of social media and celebrity culture, the monarchy was under pressure to adapt. Meghan's ability to captivate global audiences showed the gap between traditional royal practices and modern public expectations. Anne, however, feared that chasing popularity could undermine the institution's integrity. Behind closed doors, Anne reportedly voiced her concerns. She urged the family to focus on their core duties, rather than competing for public attention. For Anne, the monarchy's strength lay in its ability to rise above trends and controversies, offering a sense of stability in uncertain times. Meghan's transformation, however, seemed to push the family in a different direction. The rift between the two royals wasn't just about personality, it was about philosophy. Anne saw the monarchy as a unifying symbol, grounded in tradition. Meghan envisioned it as a platform for change, where personal stories could inspire social progress. These differing visions created a cultural divide within the royal family, with Anne and Meghan on opposite sides. Despite the tension, Anne remained focused on her work. She continued her royal engagements with characteristic dedication, embodying the values she held dear. Meghan, meanwhile, embraced her new role as a private citizen, advocating for causes close to her heart. Whether their differences represent a clash of eras or a necessary evolution for the monarchy, one thing is clear: the story of Anne and Meghan is far from over. Where does the monarchy go from here? Can tradition and modernity find common ground, or will the tensions between royals like Anne and Meghan shape its future? Let's find out. The Megxit saga. The term Megxit is one of the most talked about events in modern royal history. It wasn't just a departure, it was a shockwave that rippled through the royal family and beyond. When Meghan Markle and Prince Harry announced in January 2020 that they intended to step back as senior royals, the world was stunned. For Princess Anne, however, this decision wasn't just surprising, it was deeply unsettling. As a stalwart of royal tradition, Anne saw the couple's decision as a breach of duty, a clear departure from the values she had upheld throughout her life. The couple's reasons for stepping back were clear. They cited relentless media scrutiny, which they felt had taken a toll on their mental health, and their desire to pursue financial independence. For Meghan, the transition from Hollywood to royalty had been far from seamless. Adapting to royal life was challenging enough, but the added weight of harsh tabloid criticism left her feeling isolated and unsupported. She spoke openly about the struggles of adjusting to the constraints of royal life, sharing how it had impacted her mental well-being. Harry, too, voiced his frustrations, often drawing comparisons between the media treatment of Meghan and the tragic experiences of his late mother, Princess Diana. Anne, on the other hand, found this public airing of grievances difficult to reconcile with. She struggled to understand the couple's approach. Meghan and Harry's departure seemed to represent a great shift in values, one that Anne believed could undermine the monarchy's strength. As the couple relocated to North America, the implications of their decision began to unfold. Their departure left a gap in the royal family's roster, with other members needing to take on additional responsibilities. Anne felt the strain even more acutely than other members. The timing was especially challenging, as the monarchy was already grappling with questions about its relevance in a changing world. Anne believed that Megxit only intensified these pressures, raising concerns about the family's ability to remain cohesive. Public opinion on Megxit was sharply divided. Some hailed Meghan and Harry as trailblazers, breaking free from outdated traditions, while others criticized them for abandoning their duties. Anne, true to her character, refrained from making public comments about the situation. Instead, she focused on her work, doubling down on her royal engagements and reinforcing the importance of service. Her quiet determination contrasted with the media frenzy surrounding Meghan and Harry, highlighting the tension between old and new approaches to royal life. Reports of family discord further complicated matters. The media spotlighted alleged tensions between Harry and his brother, Prince William, and rumors of strained relationships circulated widely. Anne found herself navigating family dynamics that were increasingly being played out in the public eye. For someone who had always valued privacy and unity, this was an unfamiliar and uncomfortable situation. Meanwhile, Meghan and Harry embarked on a new chapter in their lives. Settling in California, they launched initiatives like the Archewell Foundation, which focused on charitable efforts and media projects. They also gave interviews and made public appearances that shed light on their experiences within the royal family. For many, these appearances painted a picture of a couple determined to tell their story and pursue their goals, even if it meant distancing themselves further from the monarchy. The aftermath of Megxit raised many questions. Was it the beginning of a more modern approach to royal life, or did it signal a fracture within the institution? For Anne, the answer seemed clear. While she respected personal choice, she believed deeply in the monarchy's role as a symbol of unity and service. Meghan and Harry's decision to step back, and the controversies that followed, challenged that belief in ways Anne could not ignore. In stepping away, Meghan and Harry found a new path, but their actions left a lasting impact on the royal family. After stepping away, however, controversies about Meghan began to come to light. The storm of Meghan's controversies. As Meghan Markle's journey within and outside the royal family unfolded, controversies became a consistent part of her life. From her time as a working royal to her life in California, the Duchess of Sussex seemed to attract as much criticism as she did admiration. For Princess Anne and many royal traditionalists, these controversies only solidified their skepticism about Meghan's place in the monarchy. The first rumblings began even before her marriage to Prince Harry. The lavish wedding in 2018, celebrated as a modern fairy tale, soon soon drew criticism for its staggering cost, rumored to be over £30 million, largely funded by British taxpayers. Critics questioned whether such extravagance was appropriate for an institution rooted in public service. While Megan's supporters praised the event as a celebration of diversity and inclusion, others saw it as a departure from royal restraint, setting the tone for future debates about her place in the monarchy. Once married, Megan's approach to royal duties began to stir unease. Accusations of breaking protocol became a recurring theme, from her choice of nail polish, a shade deemed too bold for royal engagements, to her vocal stance on social issues. Megan's actions often clashed with the reserved, apolitical image the monarchy strives to maintain. Princess Anne reportedly raised concerns about Megan's willingness to adapt to royal expectations. For Anne, the monarchy's strength lay in its ability to rise above personal ambitions and political movements, values she believed Megen didn't fully embrace. Perhaps the most damaging controversy came with the Sussexes' bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey in 2021. Meghan and Harry accused the royal family of neglecting their mental health struggles and ignoring racially insensitive comments made about their son, Archie. The revelations sent shockwaves across the globe, casting the royal family in an unflattering light. While some hailed Meghan's bravery in speaking out, others, including staunch royalists, viewed the interview as a betrayal. Princess Anne, who had spent her life avoiding public drama, reportedly found the airing of grievances deeply troubling. The fallout from the interview wasn't limited to the royal family. Meghan's claims were met with a polarized public response. Supporters admired her courage to share her experiences, particularly about racism and mental health. Critics, however, accused her of hypocrisy, questioning how someone who had willingly joined the royal family could then criticize its core values. Some even suggested that Meghan's portrayal of victimhood was a calculated move to build her brand outside the monarchy. Beyond the interview, Meghan's involvement in high-profile projects also drew criticism. Her deal with Netflix, rumored to be worth millions, raised eyebrows among those who saw it as exploiting her royal title for personal gain. Projects like the animated series Pearl, which was later cancelled, and her Spotify podcast were praised for their focus on empowering women, but also seen by some as attempts to overshadow the royal family's work. Anne, who had always believed in quiet, diligent service, reportedly viewed Meghan's media ventures as a departure from the humility expected of royals. Even Meghan's philanthropic efforts weren't free from scrutiny. While she championed causes such as gender equality and mental health, critics often accused her of making these about her own experiences rather than focusing on the broader issues. Her supporters argued that Meghan's personal stories helped humanize these causes, making them more relatable. However, detractors, including royal traditionalists, felt this approach blurred the line between royal duty and personal ambition. Another major controversy erupted around Meghan's relationships with palace staff. Reports of bullying emerged, with several former aides accusing her of creating a toxic work environment. Megen denied these allegations, calling them a smear campaign orchestrated by the palace. Nevertheless, the claims tarnished her reputation further, reinforcing the narrative of a divisive figure within the royal household. Princess Anne, who was known for her no-nonsense approach to work and her respectful relationships with staff, reportedly found the allegations particularly troubling. Public opinion on Megen remained deeply divided. For her supporters, she was a trailblazer who had challenged the monarchy's outdated traditions and highlighted important social issues. To her critics, she was a disruptive force, unwilling to respect the institution she had joined. This divide was especially evident in the media, where headlines alternated between portraying Megen as a victim of royal mistreatment and as a self-serving opportunist. By the time the dust began to settle, the relationship between Megen and the royal family had been irrevocably altered. Her controversies had not only reshaped public perception of the monarchy, but also highlighted the challenges of balancing tradition with the demands of a modern, diverse society. For Princess Anne, Megan's story was a cautionary tale about the risks of prioritizing personal narratives over the collective good. As Megen continued to forge her path in California, the royal family faced the daunting task of maintaining its relevance in a world that increasingly questioned its purpose. Whether Megan's controversies would ultimately lead to lasting change or further division remained to be seen. For now, they served as a stark reminder of the delicate balance between duty, tradition, and personal freedom within the House of Windsor. What do you think about the tension between Princess Anne and Meghan Markle? Please share your thoughts with us in the comments section. If you enjoyed watching the video, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Also, click the next video on your screen. You will enjoy it.